and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Michawn, and I do weekly DIYs, hauls, and other fun things. If you're not new, hey doll, hey! So today I am sharing with you one last round of Valentine's Day decor. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I really love how all of these turned out, so let's jump right in. These are the items from Dollar Tree, this love sign, and these heart containers that come 4 in a pack. After removing the hearts from the package, I just took them apart. They come apart really easily. And then I took my wire cutters and cut off the tag hanger, or where you would hang a piece of rope or twine on there, just some small pieces. After that, I took my sign, removed the twine on the back as well as the staples, and then sanded that down so I can get a smoother base of a sign. Once that was complete, I went ahead and took off that heart on the front of the sign. There's a galvanized heart. So I took that off because I'm actually going to use that on another DIY in this video. Next, I'm taking my chalk paint in white from Waverly and going to paint the sign and the hearts. And I did also cover the front of that sign with some brown craft paper. I gave my sign 2 coats of paint, and I gave the hearts 3 coats of paint. They dried really fast. I mean, it is chalk paint, but I also did use my heat gun to help the process move along just a little bit quicker. After everything was dry, I took my hearts, and I'm going to use my crimson chalk paint from Waverly. And the first thing I'm going to do to style 2 of the hearts is use the bottom of a paintbrush and do little dots. So I'm making some polka dot hearts for this, and it's super cute. At first I went in kind of like a, nice line, straight lines, but on my second heart I just kind of went everywhere because it honestly looks like I went everywhere on the first one. So when you do this, just make sure you have enough paint on the bottom of your paintbrushes, because some of them are a little bit bigger and smaller, but I really love the homemade look of it. For my next heart, I was attempting to do like some stripes. And I mean, it came out nice. It was a cute homemade look, but I was looking for more of a nicer finish. I wasn't really happy with this. So I set that aside to work on my other hearts to figure out what I wanted to do. And so I have these stickers from Dollar Tree. I think they're really cute because they come in all different shapes and sizes. And some of them have words on them. Some of them have other designs. So basically what I did is I just randomly placed those hearts on the larger white heart and just made sure they stuck. I mean, they stuck pretty well. It was when I painted them that some of the paint would come up a little bit, but nothing a little bit of a dab of hot glue wouldn't fix. So some of these hearts were purple or pink, but I'm going for a red and white look. So I just painted all of the hearts that were pink and purple, and I just painted those red. Super easy. I used a small paintbrush. For my last heart, I am taking this baker's twine, this red and white baker's twine. I actually got this around Christmas time, and this is the last little bit I had from Walmart. And so what I'm doing is doing my take on the striped heart that I didn't like that was painted. And I really love this option because of the different texture on it. So what I did was just hot glued on the inside of the heart, just at the points, the top and the bottom point, if you get it. But you can see what I'm doing here, and I'm just first, I'm doing like kind of wide spacing on these because I wasn't sure if I had enough twine left over. But then I start to fill in some of where the gaps are. Totally do what you want, but I really love how this is coming out. So after I went all the way around, you can see one half of it is done, and I just filled it up. This is what all of the hearts look like, and this is what I'm saying about me just kind of doing more of the twine in the gaps that I had originally. So those are all done. Now I'm going to finish up my sign. So I'm taking some of these square dowel rods. I picked these up from Hobby Lobby, and I am actually going to give them a coat of antique wax paint. I just did one super simple, easy coat on it, and I had already cut these down to size to frame out my sign, because you guys know me, I love framing out these Dollar Tree signs. It makes them look so high end and gives them a really nice finished look. After that, I hot glued them down to the board. So my longer dowels are actually directly onto the sign. And then the two smaller ones, the ones on the smaller side, are hot glued directly onto the other dowel rod. So they don't touch the sign at all, which I need to work on my measuring and cutting down, because I wanted them to be on the sign, but that's just not how it happened. So I had to improvise. So once I glued them to the dowel rods, I realized that there was a space that you could see in my sign. So what I did is took some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, cut it down to size, flipped it over, and then just hot glued it down to where you would not be able to see the gap. So it's directly on to the small dowels, which actually helps. It gives it a little bit of support, because the nautical rope is also hot glued on next to the sign. And then for my hanger, I'm actually going to use two pieces of twine, and I cut a popsicle stick or craft stick in half and just did one on both sides just for an easier hang. And then now I'm going to assemble my hearts the way I want and just apply those with some hot glue on the edges. And that is it. I absolutely love it. I think it's so cute, so classy. I love the red and white, but just the antique wax color, the brown that I'm adding to each one of these DIYs just elevates it so much for a high-end look to me. Super exciting. It is a Valentine Day hop hosted by my sweet friend Nadia over at DIY with Nadia. So you go into my description box below, click the link to the next person's video, hop around, leave a comment on everyone's video letting us know that you liked our stuff. Letting us know that you enjoyed our video and what was your favorite DIY. When you leave a comment, you will be entered in having a chance to win a $60 Amazon gift card. So more money your way. I really hope you guys enjoy everyone's videos. I know they're going to be awesome. All of these ladies that are in this collaboration are amazingly talented, and I'm so excited to see what they have come up with. So make sure after you're done with this video, click the link in my description box. Make sure you hop on over and go all the way around so you'll end with me and have fun with it. All right, let's jump back in. For our next DIY, I'm using this wooden heart from Dollar Tree, a sign, and some puzzles. Yes, some puzzles, all from Dollar Tree. So the first thing I did is covered up the front of my sign. Like I said before, I am trying to make sure that my projects look finished and just covering everything up with some brown craft paper. If you don't want to do this, you can totally skip this step. Then I paint the sign using my antique wax color. In hindsight, I probably should have used my truffle chalk paint, but once I was done painting this, I saw that I was out of truffle, so I need to go buy some. Then I painted my heart using my white chalk paint, and I gave this heart 2 coats of white paint. I gave my sign just 1 coat of my antique wax. And I also did all the sides on everything too. Then I took my puzzle pieces out. I'm not sure how many I did. I did a lot. And I painted those using my crimson chalk paint. And I just painted the back side of them. Didn't even worry about the front at all. But this part took a long time because these are small puzzle pieces. But after everything was dry, it is time to start assembling and kind of styling this sign. So the first thing I did is took some sanding paper and just sanded down the edges of my sign as well as the middle. Because it's antique wax, it's wax paint, it comes off really like oily and it's really weird. I've never had that happen, but I've also never sanded down antique wax paint. So yeah, but I actually really like the look of it because it looks like wood, like a wood sign. Hey, to me it does. Anyways, I took my puzzle pieces and I'm taking the ends of the puzzle pieces that are straight edge. So the border of that puzzle is going to outline the heart of this sign. Did I say that right? It's going to outline the heart, the outline of the heart. You can see what I'm doing here, right? And then the puzzle pieces that don't have the straight edge is the ones that I'm going to kind of scatter in between the other puzzle pieces. So I have my spacing like this because I'm just trying to see how it would look once I start gluing down the other pieces in between. You get my drift? So I just wanted this to be fun, but I also wanted to have a cohesive look to it. I really, really do love how this turned out. It's really pretty to me. So after I was done outlining the heart with the border puzzle pieces and then filling it in, I just filled it in just a little bit more just to give it a more fuller look and just get that dimension that is just really, really pretty. Then I took some of these rub-on transfers. These are like these gold rub-on transfers that Dollar Tree has. I love the font and the color. So I took out the letters to spell love you. And yes, it is Cricut. I didn't realize it while I was doing it, but hey, tomato, right? So rub-on transfer is super easy. All you do is take the white paper off, put it down, rub it on, and then take the film off. Super easy. Then after that was done, I hot glued this heart using a generous amount of hot glue directly onto the front middle of this sign. And then I took some of this rope I actually got from another sign. Lost the footage of me making a bow, but I'm not really good at making bows. Anyways, I made a bow, hot glued that to the top of the heart where it meets in the middle, and then made my hanger and just hot glued that to where the holes were so you didn't see them. Love this one. Like I said, it's so pretty. I love the color combination on this, and the rub-on transfers just pop. I really, really love this. Next up, we're taking some paint stir sticks. I got these from Lowe's, I believe, or Home Depot, one of those. You can get them at either one. And you know me, I don't like the handles on my sticks when I use them. So I used 5 of these, I believe. To connect these together, I'm just using some hot glue. Just made sure they lined up correctly and then hot glued them all together. I love these paint stir sticks. They're so versatile with what you can do in regards to DIYs. I've made everything from a sign to an organizer to even a crate for your everyday farmhouse decor. I absolutely love them. So next, I'm taking these letters. They're HME. I got them from Target Dollar Spot like 2 years ago. They were on like a banner with a wreath for the O. So I'm just repurposing these, and I'm using my lightweight spackle that I got from Dollar Tree to cover up the holes into where they were hanging at. Super easy. Once they dried, I just wiped it down with a rag. After that, I am now painting everything. So I'm painting my sign using my crimson chalk paint, and then I am painting the letters using my white chalk paint. And then that I'm also using that galvanized heart from the first DIY. It was on that sign. I'm using it for this one as well. So with this sign, you don't even have to use the paint stir sticks. You can just use a Dollar Tree sign, but I love the wood look of it. And yeah, so once everything was dried, after I painted it, I then started to position my letters and my heart where I wanted them. Once I was happy with the position of it, I then just hot glued it down. I took this brown twine that I received from burlapfabric.com. They sent me a few items, and I was super happy that I was able to use this one in this sign because it goes well with the color scheme that I have going on. So all I did was wrap it around probably about 4 times on the top and the bottom of my sign and just hot gluing it down on the back. And that is it for this one. You can use a hanger in the back, but I really like the idea of this standing alone on a table or something. It's really, really pretty. Next up, we're using this XOXO word decor sign as well as this home shadow box sign. It's new at Dollar Tree. So what I'm doing is going to paint this. So I'm painting the sign white and I'm using a brown color. So I'm painting the inside of the sign white as well as the border around it. So like not the border that's the insert, but like on the outside. So yeah, you see what I'm doing. Then I'm using this chocolate sprinkle color because I didn't want to use my antique wax and I didn't have any more truffle, and I just painted the inside border that color, and I gave everything 2 coats of paint. The next thing I did is took my XOXO word and wanting to cut that down. And I'm just using my saw and just cutting that down. It's not hard wood or it's like hard cardboard. So you can cut it down with like not an X-Acto knife, but like a utility knife, and that should work just fine. Then after it was cut down, I used the smaller XO and painted that using my crimson chalk paint. You can also use this word. So I found this love word at Dollar General. It was $1, and if you paint that red, it would look so good. I thought about that once I looked over and saw that I had it, but I had already painted the XO. So I just went along with that, and I really like how it came out. I love how simple, easy, but how like classy this is to me. I just hot glued it down to the middle, and that is it for this one. Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and remember, put a comment down below letting me know what you think about these, which one is your favorite, and make sure you hop on over to the next person. I will see you on the next one. Good luck. Bye.